name is Dennis Richards, and I was president 2007 to 2008.
What was the big topic during your presidency?
Well, as far as I remember, the main topic was our starting of our errors and emissions insurance program. Came into effect officially in 2008. However, in advance of that, we were working on the logistics of how it was all going to come together. And so we did form an association with the other four Atlantic provinces, as well as the province of Manitoba, to form a company called REIA, the Real Estate Insurance Alliance of Canada. And yeah, it was a big thing and a very important thing because prior to that time, only a limited number of real estate personnels and brokers offered errors and emissions insurance. So we were kind of in a vulnerable situation. So this worked out quite well. The insurance company is a very strong organization, to the best of my knowledge. I'm no longer on that board, obviously, but had served on that board for many, many years during my time as part of the association here.
Some people will be very familiar with this, but can you just talk a little bit about what the implementation of E&O meant to the industry?
Well, what it really meant was protection for how to reduce our risk issues, risk management, in other words. And so prior to that time, as I mentioned, only a few companies were providing errors and emissions insurance for their realtors. So we decided as a provincial association, under the guidance of the Real Estate Commission, that said we have to have this. It's no longer an optional thing. And so the big question was, what do we do? How do we do it? Can we go to a single company and get it? Because the Real Estate Commission said it has now become mandatory for every real estate representative in Nova Scotia, whether you're practicing residential real estate or commercial real estate, everybody had to have it. So we then had to search out what kind of a company could provide this for us. Ultimately, we had to provide it kind of in ourselves. Manitoba had a program. It was a smaller program, but it had the basics of what we were looking for. And so with cooperation, we came together. First was just Nova Scotia and Manitoba, and then all of a sudden the other Atlantic provinces said, "Ooh, this sounds pretty good. Can we be part of it?" And so now it is the four Atlantic provinces and the province of Manitoba that form this new organization. And as I said, it's proven to be a very successful business opportunity and a great service, a tremendously great service for the people that are practicing real estate in Nova Scotia. We were fortunate when we came together as a provincial association to have some really good people involved, both the board of directors and individuals who went on to serve as executive members. But in addition to that, we had some great staff people too. And Arnold Jones was the EO at the time and became a very integral part of guiding us and making sure that we weren't just, a minor little operation here. We've become a very, very powerful organization within Nova Scotia and well recognized. As you well know, when you go to the national meetings, Nova Scotia is one of the prominent provinces and prominent organizations in real estate all across Canada. We've been noted for that. We won awards for that. And it's through the dedication of individuals who serve on the boards and the committees, as well as a great, I think, cooperation between staff and the board. There's been a few rocky roads, but generally speaking, I think we've worked well together and people take on their responsibilities very seriously and serve in their best interest. Always a little bit different, but always with one focus in mind: how can we serve our members? and make sure that we're providing good services for them. And errors and omissions was one of them.
What is one thing that has changed since either you entered the industry or since your time on the board?
Well, a number of things, I think, but one of the main things that we've done, I think, quite well is providing courses of instruction. I was involved on that field for a number of years as an instructor, but and I was given the material, so I didn't create the material. But I think the association has worked hard in making sure that our members are properly educated so that they can serve the buying public as best they can. And in order to do that, they have to know what they're doing. And so our education programs, right on from the licensing courses on through continuing ed courses, some mandatory, some volunteering ones, and whatever, have all come together to educate our public or educate our members, more importantly, how best we can serve our public. Well, I want to take this opportunity to really congratulate NSAR on its 25th anniversary. It's been a great organization, and I wish them all the best in their future years.